Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast, infused with hip hop. I am Wood.
Made daily with organic, farm to table, localized, neuralized, sterilized, Scotch guarded for 2020 repellent, available online, shipped via, not available on Sundays, Broken Pencil Logic. You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Bergen. Suave Bergen, you say?
Suave Bergen.
Suave
it's a recession. The DY gone.
That's crazy, bro. Suave Bergen.
Suave Bergen.
Suave Birkin bag. No, sir.
No, sir. Not ever.
not even for the missus. She ain't even into that type of stuff.
Nah, man. Hey, it's a celebrate. Oh, no, it's not a celebrate. I'm bull corning. Today's date, Thursday, July 3rd. Yeah, my Lord.
Yeah, my Lord.
I said, yeah, my Lord.
Yeah, my Lord.
20 and 20.
I got 5 on it.
Got it good. Yes, money in the bank. Money in the bank. And no pay-per-view. As always, the good people at SoaringVega.com have sponsored this podcast. SoaringVega.com is your source for pro audio, home audio, car audio, marine audio. We on
a boat.
Motorcycle audio, power sports, everything from the amplifiers to your subs to Bluetooth speakers, and especially for the summertime, man. Get that Vega Mini.
Summertime.
Yeah, they're doing something awful. And they got earbuds. They got wireless earbuds now too, bro.
I seen them. I had seen them.
I'm keenly interested, man. I might have to go out there. I'm going to tell you what to do. Put some in the cart. Put in code BPBC for Broken Pencil Booking Company. BPBC, 10% off anything on the website. Shouts out Gary. Shouts out Henry. They take care of you. Broken Pencil BC. Official partners with SoaringVega.com. Also, the good people, Vita Hermosa Cigars, VitaHermosaCigars.com. Vita Hermosa Cigars, it is a beautiful life. A beautiful life desires, or a beautiful life requires a refined smoke.
Indeed,
there it is. You got something suave as always.
I'm not even sure how to really deal with what you just said there.
Got some.
Look, if you look down here in the lower third, it's time for you to go cop some. tinyurl.com/BPBC merch. That is how you buy merch to support the show. It's new editions. No Bobby, no Ricky, no Mike, no Ralph. It's new editions in the capsule. It's new hats, it's new bags. Go through there, cop something, support the show, act like somebody raised you.
Let me tell you something. That OG Performance tee has my full attention. And there is also a first edition that was on there that is, okay, I see it now. It's the very first one, the logo shirt. That's got the new logo on it on the front and the back, full size on the back, pocket size on the front. But that BPBC OG Performance tee, listen.
Yeet.
If you got the limited edition first run tees that we used to rock when we see us at the events, or you see us at there was a season 2 where we had the dry fit joints.
Factual.
This one here is gang green on the shirt, which we did not have available at the time. We just had the logo in gang green, but this one's gang green on the shirt. Break out your fly ass electric green joints on your feet. It's a rapping tune.
Absolutely made to go with anything from the Volt collection, if anybody's familiar with that colorway from Nike. So it's Volt. We have, and that OG Performance shirt.
Same color you see right here.
Bing bong. The OG Performance shirt does come in 3 colors. The Lime Shock is what it's listed as, but yes, that Volt color and OG Classic Black.
Let me click on that because I didn't click on it. I just saw the one color and was like,
yeah, you got to click on the merchandise. There are multiple colors.
That white is ugly. Ugh, that white is mean.
Come on, talk to somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
Got the hashtag BPBC on the sleeve.
Indeed, because that's how you know it's official.
And it's virtually tagless.
That mean ain't nothing eating at the back of your neck.
Yeah, man. Positive charge technology, so that way you don't have to worry about static electricity on that body for your hairy mom.
No wrinkling, easy wash, easy
Throw,
dry.
throw it on. And if you got a wrinkle, just spray some water on it. It'll be dry in 5 minutes. No,
Look,
real talk.
if you in this Texas heat, you already know how important performance gear is. If you're a heavy sweater, pause. You can throw this on and go to the gym and show people that you with with the shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Old
And-
hashtag season 1 type stuff.
Yeah. And just like that, speaking of Texas,
Again, tinyurl.com/BPBC merch.
speaking of Texas,
Yeah, because
Texas, AEW is taking over the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex next week for All In Texas Week.
actual factuals. It's nut cutting time, buddy.
Wednesday, July 9th, Thursday, July 10th, you have Dynamite and Collision, respectively, at the Curtis Colwell Center in Garland.
Okay.
Suave and I went there 2022 for Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor. During WrestleMania week, it was an amazing show. That venue is very surprising. You can sit in the mezzanine and still see everything.
Actual fact.
There are no bad seats in that arena, but if you get front row, be prepared because it's tight in there. You're going to get some action.
Just, keep your head on a swivel.
That's all we saying. Also, Thursday, July 10th, at the Sheraton Arlington Hotel, from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., All In Texas, karaoke.
That actually should be. I might slide.
Sing
might
your
slide
favorite
to
songs
that
on
event.
stage and cheer with your friends.
Nah.
That should be interesting because it's a lot of Texans. Lance Archer's from Texas, the
Facts.
DFW area.
Gang. Don't forget that part.
Super Gang. Brian Keith, Gang.
Bounty Hunter.
Well, Bounty Hunter. He ain't Gang, but we seen him before he was in AEW. Bobby Lashley, transplant Texan.
Facts.
He will be the MVP transplant Texan. He will be in the place.
Gang.
And there's no telling who you will see up in there. I would say definitely go check it out. I'm sure
Shelty B gonna be in there.
Because they heard people.
They should make MJF do some type of rap, but nothing where he's gonna cancel himself.
Athena Palmer, Texas.
Gang.
And speaking of, on Friday, July 11th, also at the Sheraton Arlington, StarCast returns. And that's also going to be on the 11th and the 12th. But also that night in Arlington at the Esports Arena, right down the street from Globe Life Field, ROH Supercard of Honor will be there.
Oh, that'll be fire.
Matter of fact,
I had a collision taping with Ron Murray. Price just went up. We had a collision taping in there. It's dope in there.
we don't just let you say it. Ron, tell them what time it is.
Price just went up. Price just went up.
Only thing I hope for that show is that they've adapted from the straight back chair approach and put risers in for Supercard of Honor.
Now,
That's the only thing I'm hoping for.
Mind you, Supercard is normally in line with WrestleMania weekend, but because there was so much going on in Vegas, ROH decided to move it to this weekend for All In because it's their biggest weekend of the year.
Okay.
So far on this card, we're not going to play who ain't going to win, but so far, the Sons of Texas,
next week,
who are your ROH Tag Team Champions, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, taking on Top Flight, Dante and Darius Martin, taking on the Infantry, Captain Sean Dean and Charlie Bravo. For the ROH World Championship, Konosuke Takeshi, the challenger, taking on the champion Bandito. Speaking of Athena, the ROH Women's Champion, the longest current reigning world champion in professional wrestling is Athena.
put that speck on her name.
ROH Women's Champion Athena taking on Thunder Rosa. Over 900 days as ROH World Champion.
Aura OH.
And for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship, Lee Moriarty taking on Blue Panther. And so that's your card for as it sets for now. That could change. We still got another week. So we'll go over all the card again just to make sure next week we'll go over that card for you too. Any thoughts on Supercard of Honor, Suave?
Should be good.
Thanks, Suave.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here for that deep analysis. Pause.
And then we'll go over All In Texas next week, whether you know who ain't gonna win. But All In Texas next Saturday at Globe Life Field with an early start time. The 0 hour kicks off at 2 p.m. Central Time. 2 p.m. Central Time at Globe Life Field. Now, here's where.
Come on.
I'm pulling up the weather forecast for Arlington. This is the 10-day forecast.
I'll save you some time. Hot.
It's mud.
Then a bleh.
Then a bleh.
Hot. What's the weather like outside? Hot.
Ollie Williams needs to be added for the forecast.
Did you clear cookies? Yeah. Hey, make sure you hydrate or you gonna clear cookies all over the sidewalk.
Good thing is normally this time of year the Dallas area is in a dry spell and in a heat wave of 100 plus for weeks on end. The forecast for Saturday is a nice cool 97 degrees by match time.
I guarantee we hit 100.
I double that. I guarantee that as well.
So for those of you who are not from the Texas area, certainly don't know about Metroplex heat, please, I urge you, this is not conjecture. This is not cap. Hydrate. Drink water, whatever, other beverage of your choice, whether it be Body Armor, Gatorade, someone who's cutting us a check, doesn't matter.
Hydrate.
That's the word of the weekend. Hydrate. Because from our experience at
shouts out to Mark Briscoe, bro. Hey, the word of the day is hydrate.
Facts.
You got to make sure the body is moisturized from the inside. Hydrate.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Mark Briscoe might be my favorite promo in wrestling as of right now. Like him with a microphone over the last month has just been gold.
This man on AEW Dynamite this week challenged MJF to a mic off next Wednesday on Dynamite. That should be more than interesting.
A little talky talk.
Say,
man. Briscoe for president.
Dog, can you imagine the fact that I don't want to say the word relegated because he's been in the game over 20 years, but he's because of the untimely demise of his late brother is in a upper mid-card position doing main event mic work. Can you imagine if the late Jay were still around, the battles that we would have with them in the Hurt Syndicate?
That would be this weekend's tag team title match. Absolutely.
That could literally hit Dynamite, Collision, the Supercard of Honor, and All In. They could do all four of those dates with that match.
Listen, come on. What are we doing here? Like, I get it, and I understand the story that's being told with Jet and Speed Bump, but but no.
I'm not going to allow myself to get hurt by the Hurt Syndicate just to prove a point.
Like, I get it, because if you stand all four people next to each other, one of these teams is not like the other. So I get that part. So you have to give them some type of an angle to go into this with. So saying they can take unreal amounts of punishment and keep coming back, it's very Rock and Roll Express-ish versus Doom. It's not what I would have ordered. Let's just say that. I don't like pico on my nachos.
I want to see them come out in Doom tights and mask, and they can take the mask off if they want to. But I want to see them come out in Doom tights and mask, a la Teddy Long. No, a la Sherry.
So Halloween Havoc belongs to Stanford, but what else can we name like the Halloween show, and they actually can dress up like Doom? That's a very AEW thing. Like, they're very much into cosplay and nods to things like that.
Here's an AEW name for your ass: Trick or Beat.
That just sounds like a night in Atlanta at the strip
or Vegas.
Yeah, that sounds like Trick or Beat. What you gonna do, baby?
Hey, fam, you gonna trick? You gonna beat? What
Just don't take that act on the road to Memphis. You might get robbed, baby.
Hey, yo,
Hey yo, let's plan a robbery. But
Oh,
yeah, I would like to see that for Halloween. Yeah, have have the Hurt Syndicate dress as Doom and MVP pay homage to Teddy Long. Uncle Teddy, what's up, baby?
the do rag energy too. We gotta have the do rag.
Yeah, it don't work without the do rag. It's not even a complete homage if you don't put on the do rag.
Hey, P, if you hear this, when you hear this,
He will.
when you hear this, bruh,
If I got to tag you in it, you gonna hear it.
dial this in, make it happen.
Please. That's all we want.
That's it. We no, you don't even have to do no signals or nothing. We know what it is when we see it.
When we see it, we see it. Shout out to the Hurt Syndicate shoe game as of late too, because like P been putting on these retro Jordans with these suits. But listen,
Bobby with them Pradas last,
Bobby got active with them Pradas though.
bruh. First of all,
I ain't never wanted no Prada America's Cup. I've never wanted that shoe till last night.
I've never like I get my suits tailored. I need to throw away everybody I've ever used to put a needle to thread in my pants. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin and P are role models when it comes to this damn suit game right now.
Say, man, they are. Bobby did work with them Pradas. Like now, I want a pair just for a suit and tie situation.
Now on the flip side, Shelty B, we know you from South Carolina, Orangeburg. You come from poverty. We get all that, bro. Your shoe game got to come up. I understand you wearing the matte black, and that's cool, bro.
That man has sensible footwear on. That's all it was.
I understand you want to be comfortable. You might have hammer toes and corns and calluses, all that good stuff.
That man don't want no bunions.
Get you a pedicure, get you some Ferragamos. Even if P got to front you, and you got the money, I know you caked up.
I'm gonna say ain't nobody involved with this situation hurting for money. We not
At all.
Don't none of them need no GoFundMe's.
Hell, you can go bully Tony Khan into a pair of Ferragamos if you really wanted to.
That's hilarious. Put it in your contract.
I mean, them suits got to be next, because like y'all are making the most out of this run. If this is your last run, y'all making the most out of it. We got to get you a single title too, Shelty B. That's facts.
Facts. Before it's over, he need to be TNT champion.
Yeah. Mercedes Monet, also topic of conversation. She's back to being Mercedes full belts as she defeated Zeusis for the CMLL Women's World Championship. So now she holds the AEW TBS Championship, the CMLL Women's World Championship, the Rev Pro United British World Championship, and the EWA Women's Championship with the European Wrestling Association.
Whole lot of belts.
And she going for one more, so she gonna be Mercedes 5 belts. They completely threw away the idea we had about Athena and her, losing belts and Athena becoming the belt collector. That just ain't happened.
I stand by our idea, and I like it better. However, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. So there's that. But we did have a pretty decent situation going on.
Yeah, this is pretty much the highlight of so far what we have for All In weekend. I mean, that's just debatable, but you know who ain't gonna win? We'll have the whole card. You know, it's gonna be 27.35 matches on that card,
and a pre-show,
and the 0 hour. Yes, which is going to be probably 3 matches, which is cool. We'll go over the card for you in totality next week. We've been doing a lot of talking on WWE, and Saturday night's main event we got next week, as well as WWE Evolution. So we got a stack show for you next week. Just so
unless Jay is the world heavyweight champion, I don't even care.
We coming to WWE. I sent you a message, I think it was yesterday, regarding free agency.
Yes,
and AEW has a mini roster of talent that's coming up for free agency in the next possible 6 months or so. On that list, we have, which you told me yesterday, Wardlow, who's actively seeking for release.
Reportedly.
Private Party.
Reportedly.
Chris Jericho, reportedly.
I'm not gonna buy that one because his deal, he's got a 10-year deal.
Right. And him disappearing is just taking time off to recuperate.
Why would you give up free money? Now the younger dudes, I understand because you may want to move around, you ain't getting no TV time or whatever the case may be. Jericho? Nah, you supposed to ride that train out to the last day. You supposed to time water AOL that. For those of you who remember the WCW days, come on, ride that train and ride it. Under no circumstances are you supposed to willingly forego the bag that you've negotiated for as long as you've negotiated it for.
You remember, I think it was season 3 or maybe season 4, we went over the WCW contracts from like 96, 97.
Yeah.
The 2005 WWE contracts leaked recently too.
So I've read and heard some people refute how the accuracy of that listing. Because it had like hotel accommodations and rentals and travel. Like it had a lot. There were details and clauses, based on certain main event talent.
Who refuted those claims?
Other wrestlers. Some of which who were on the list.
Swab, if I was fighting a charge, what would you do?
If you were fighting a charge, what would I do?
Mm-hmm. As your sahab, as your business partner and co-host, what would you do if you heard I was fighting a charge of any type?
1, not talk to anybody. 2, see
we
what
can
you
stop
need.
right. We can stop right there.
Cool. So now that you guys know how I was raised, that and see if you need some on your legal fees.
I when I say no comment, I mean no comment. Don't ask me. I'm not telling. My comment is no comment.
Period. Don't ask me about no matter.
If you can't say anything nice, you talk about the weather. Ali, how's the weather outside?
Hot.
Also on the list. Angelo Parker. Dan. Ooh. Oh God. Angelo Parker, Danhausen, and Renee Paquette are also on this list of potential free agents by the end of this year with AEW.
Expirations, or they're actively seeking to be released?
Oh, no. These are contract expirations.
So I know that the Jericho can't be real. The rest of them,
especially in a 10-year, right?
Yeah, like I think, no, it's not time for him to be up. Can't be. And even if so, why would you? Look at your work schedule versus what you take home. Literally and figuratively.
Just it's crazy.
Hey, we missing one on that list too.
No, I'm about to read it. That's what I'm digging through.
Pause.
So this came from an Instagram of Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And I quote, and she quotes Kobe Simmons. A bottle of water can be $1 at a supermarket, $3 at a gym, $5 at the movies, $6 on the plane. Same water. The only thing changes its value, the only thing changes value was the place. That's highlighted. That part is. So the next time you feel your worth is nothing, maybe you're at the wrong place. Now, there has been a conversation on more like a monologue on AEW Dynamite, on Collision, and on WWE TV, most recently at the Night of Champions. John Moxley approached Chris Statlander with this. Jade Cargill said it after winning the Queen of the Ring, which shouts out to Jade Cargill, first fam, winning Queen of the Ring.
What up? There's a storm of brewing.
The paraphrasing is, don't ever let anybody tell you what you're worth. And that may be a direct quote, but it came in both programs both companies within the same calendar week. And now Britt Baker is basically saying the same thing.
I mean, look, everybody can't go. So sometimes somebody got to go.
And if you feel that you're better off somewhere else and that door is open for you, kick it off the hinges. All
Nah.
I'm saying is, if that door is indeed open, it could swing and slam in the face of AEW next Saturday night. I'm sorry, next Sunday evening, rather, at Evolution in Atlanta.
I mean, I'll say it for this reason. You got to have something that builds interest in this show because there's been little to no effort put into making you want to see this.
The first one, you had a ton of star power, and so the stories were built in.
Well,
and
you had it
controlled
built off. You had it built off of Charlotte and Becky.
There it is. There was a build.
You have nothing like it was already moving slow paced when before Liv got hurt. Then it feels like as soon as Liv got hurt, it took the air out of the show. Now
let me read you the card from the first Evolution, which was 7
please.
years ago.
Oh, who got the card from this year?
I'll bring it up in a second.
Okay, come on with it.
So from 7 years ago, dark match for the NXT UK Championship, Women's Championship.
4 score.
Rhea Ripley versus Dakota Kai. Rhea Ripley was the champion. She retained. This started off tag match. Trish and Lita versus Mickie James and Alicia Fox.
Okay.
Nia Jax wins a 20-woman battle royal for the WWE Women's Championship, eliminating Ember Moon.
Lady Vader.
Athena. Toni Storm defeats Io Shirai for the Mae Young Classic Tournament final. What happened to that tournament? In a 6-women tag team match, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya take on the Riot Squad. Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan.
Wow. And 1 remains.
And Ruby is probably with child at this point.
Congratulations.
Ruby Soho for you AEW likes. Or acolytes, as the case may be. Shayna Baszler defeated Kairi Sane by technical submission to become the new NXT Women's Champion. Becky Lynch defeated Charlotte Flair in the last woman standing match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship.
See?
Oh, and I'm sorry, Nia Jax won for a women's championship match of her choosing. And then Ronda Rousey was the champion for the Raw Women's title, defeating Nikki Bella with Brie Bella at ringside by submission.
I mean,
and Charlotte and Becky gave us 30 minutes, by the way.
They had to. The story called for it, but they had to give us 30. Where else was you going to get it?
So 7 years later, here we are. And a week and a couple of days away from the card actually taking place, we have for the NXT Women's Championship, your champion, JC Jane, taking on Jordan Grace. Okay. For the WWE Women's World Championship, Io Sky, the champion, taking on Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
A fatal 4-way for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez represent Judgment Day, the champions, taking on Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and 2 other teams to be determined.
Whoa. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair?
On the team.
Where was I?
I'm guessing this happened at the taping in Pittsburgh.
All right. Well, y'all have fun with that.
There will be a battle royal for a Women's World Championship match at Clash in Paris. And there also will be for the WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton taking on. Oh no, I'm not going to even say this.
No, you got to. We here now.
I don't even know how we get here. Okay. Trish Stratus.
Oh, bro. Yeah. All right. Well, you know.
I mean,
sometimes you got to race.
And yes, this was at the SmackDown tapings on June 30th in Pittsburgh.
Okay. Well, you know, we'll see.
Wow. That's all I can say is wow.
So, yeah, just the effort put into this card is what I'm most disappointed about. I'm sure the ladies involved will work their best, and we'll probably get some really good content out of watching this show. It's the lack of effort and dedication and attention to the build for this show that has me concerned.
And not for nothing, between NXT and the main rosters, WWE has a stacked women's talent talent list. And you can even incorporate TNA into this if you really, really wanted to.
I mean, I guess that's where Jordan Grace comes in a little bit.
But nothing right now on this card is more interesting than Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus anything happening in AEW right now. And I mean anything. Now that's saying something.
I think this is a rare situation where you're actually missing more star power than you actually have booked on the show.
Louder for the people in the back.
I didn't hear anything about Nia Jax being on the show. Didn't hear anything about Naomi being on the show. Bianca Belair, the new queen of the ring. Jade Cargill.
Did I mention Battle Royal?
Man, I know what to tell you if you put all of them in a battle royal versus actually booking them real matches. I know exactly what to tell you if that happens.
Nia Jax the Giant, that's who's gonna win.
Nikki Bella came back to set up a story, and then Liv unfortunately got injured. You haven't seen her since.
It was like she was never there, bruh.
Will Stephanie McMahon be on commentary?
Oh, let us hope not.
She was on commentary for the first one.
I honestly, I want to see Mickie James on commentary.
Asuka. I didn't hear Asuka's name.
And she's back. Battle Royal. You name them. I'm throwing them in the Battle Royal.
That's that I don't like. That's that I don't like.
We got to come back to WWE in a quick second, but this is what I want to talk about lastly when it comes to AEW. AEW Dynamite hit episode 300 this past week. Even more shocking than that, not that AEW Dynamite hitting 300 episodes is shocking. I mean, we're talking about, if we do the math, it's 6 years. But more shocking than that, Collision hitting episode 100.
Look, man, stay in the game. The only way you're going to have a chance to win the game is to stay in it.
I mean, we're episode, 256?
Yeah, and that's because episodes we count. If you count it, you know who ain't gonna win.
We're almost 300 episodes deep when it comes to who ain't gonna wins, our greatest hits, interviews only.
We over 300 with that.
Yeah, I mean, and not talking about the hundreds of hours of extra footage that we have that we can never release.
Yeah. Boy.
The world would need a reset to take this hard drive. I guarantee it.
Pause. Take it easy.
At any rate,
right.
Scheduled to appear on a live episode on Collision.
Card subject to change.
But if he shows up with a live microphone, I think you have a situation that could be more volatile than Jim Cornette at the Hall of Fame.
I don't think he's gonna say nothing, but go ahead.
Scorpio Sky, who has been on a milk carton for over a year. He came back for one match and then disappeared again?
Something like that. And then he was mentioned at a press scrum by Tony Khan, basically acknowledging the fact that he's been on a milk carton.
He wasn't mentioned. Somebody asked about him, so Tony Khan replied. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't even hear his name.
That's what I'm saying. Like, somebody brought it up in public, and Tony didn't have a choice but to address it. We've been asking where Scorpio Sky was for months, what seems like possibly years.
One of the original signees, along with Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. The first
AEW tag. Come on.
Of color. And he's the tag team champion. Former TBS or former TNT champion.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Do better. Do better, Jacksonville. This man is a talent. And the sad thing is, he's been in the game 20 years and has never got his just due. Every time we thought he was close on the cusp, disappeared from TV, whether it be for injury or whether it be for other reasons, unbeknownst to us as human beings. We ain't seen this man.
Speaking of people on milk cartons, where the hell is Jay Lethal?
I think I saw him on Collision a couple of weeks ago.
I
He may be back in Ring of Honor. I don't know. I mean, I don't watch Ring of Honor because it's on the web and it's behind a paywall. But
bet I see him at Genghis Grill next week before I see him on TV again. Cut the check.
can you imagine if he got hair plugs and grew his hair out and then slicked it back into a ponytail and became Black Machismo 2.0?
Like, look, we got to stop pimping that gimmick at this point. Like, hey, y'all need to actually book this man in something meaningful before y'all get out here trying to pimp the legacy of Black Machismo. I just better not see Jay Lethal at a Chipotle before I see him on AEW television. That's what I do know. That's just out of pocket, bruh. Double protein. It's crazy. It's crazy, bruh.
All right. Speaking of crazy, let's go in order. Let's go in order.
All right.
CM Punk, John Cena, SmackDown. We're 1 week removed from a plagiarism of the pipe bomb.
Oh boy.
And we just happen to come to a SmackDown with these two in the ring again on the anniversary date of the original pipe bomb.
And Pepsi Field did not disappoint.
Punk life.
Cranberry mimosa.
Basic punkonomics in a Cubs baseball jersey. Fist rings that say drug free.
And a Bulls hat turned cocked
Cocked.
45 degrees to the back.
Boy, did he not disappoint.
He handled absolute business to the point that we said, shooting messages back and forth with each other, what he did was better than that crowd deserved. They didn't know how to process it.
I understand dates matter, anniversaries matter. That crowd was not astute enough to recognize the fact that he harkened back to 2003, 2004 Cena, spinner belt Cena, Cena, hustle, loyalty, respect Cena.
The visuals, I feel like they caught. I think they missed a lot of them bars, a lot of them slugs. Like
bruh, like
it was a firing squad. Like Punk went off.
They're the only thing that separated Punk from being edited were curse words. That's it. That entire promo, 90% of it should not have aired because of how vicious. And I had just said, I don't remember if I said it on the show or not. I know I said it to you. I didn't think Punk had anything left in him like that promo wise. Oh boy, was I wrong.
Now look,
boy, was I wrong.
People can say what they want to about what they think his ceiling is on in-ring performing at this elevated age. One thing I don't think he'll ever truly lose until he possibly loses his mind is the ability to public speak. Jesse Ventura is how old?
88.
You see? And the last time we saw him on TV, he gave us a moment.
That's because it's Jesse, bruh.
Okay. Are we not talking about the same ilk?
Talking about Punk. We're talking about Punk.
Same ilk, same silk.
Not practice. Not practice for not the game. Not the game that we love, that we watch, that we talk about on a weekly basis. We talking about feel.
You pretty much couldn't really give Roddy Piper a live mic up until the day he went home. Like, they're just certain people that you know they're quick-witted. Piper, Ventura, Punk, keep going. Rock, for everything that people like to shoot slugs at him about. Okay, try it if you want to. Austin, Cena, if we keeping it G.
If we take the leash off of him, hell, LA Knight got it in him.
Miz got a couple bodies.
Man.
Miz got a few bodies.
2018 Miz is so characterly underrated. It's tragically underrated.
You see what I'm saying? Like, there are just certain people you always gonna be able to turn them loose, and you gonna get some motion out of.
Samoa Joe. I mean,
agreed.
We coined a phrase, like a whole segment that, like, truth be told, if it wasn't 7 minutes long, we should give you the whole promo from Punk and then rename whatever the Samoa Joe. What was it?
The body bag.
The body bag.
We used to give out the body bag award.
We'd occasionally change it. The lump of coal. Adam Cole had one. The lump of coal.
Right. The Brandalorian.
Yep.
Brandy Rhodes had one year.
That was on Jay, wasn't it?
Juice. That was a good one. No, that was who it was against. Yeah. And
then fast forward to Saudi, the Night of Champions show. What to say about the Night of Champions?
It was all right.
Good for Solo. Jacob was robbed. Not robbed for the belt. He was robbed for an opportunity.
Booking wise and attention to detail wise, and this has nothing to do with the actual in-ring participants. How far has the Bloodline story fallen in the last 2 years? Essentially, under the watch of Uncle Trips, how far has that story fallen from grace?
We are the NWO with Sting and Luger at this point.
Tomato face Sting?
Yes.
And it has nothing to do with the talent. It's the attention to detail. It's the effort. It's the focus. We were telling cinematic level stories with the group of people who have an endless supply of storylines and plot points.
It's like somebody has the book and they want it in a domino game. Jacob, here he is all alone. Maybe Jimmy in tow. Maybe Jimmy. We know if Jimmy's around, Jay's not too far behind.
Car enthusiasts will understand what I'm about to say. The way Jacob Fatu has been kind of cool, attempted to be cooled off, it's like putting a boot on a Trackhawk. That man he's still going to be household name, big time money, WrestleMania main event, multiple years. Nothing about that has changed. But from the time he was really turned, think about Saturday night's main event, how turned up he was when he got active on Braun Strowman.
Think about the first time he got the mic to cut a vintage Fatu promo backstage in Gorilla.
Yes. All gas, no brakes, fresh off the scale with it. When he said that on NBC. Think about where that was. Think about where he was when Saudi happened. We don't like him any less, but we liked him more than everybody else when he got there because we knew better.
You don't have to be a babyface to be cheered. He proved that in spades.
Factual data.
Let him be who he was. To turn Jacob Fatu face after everything, and I'm sure no one pays attention to the history of Jacob Fatu's history. Defy all the Texas promotions that he's come through. Like, that's cool. MLW, like, it's cool that he has this history. It's not cool to forget it because his best work comes when he has absolutely no leash and he understands the assignment. He understands the opportunity that's in front of him. We said it before he was even signed, even when we thought he would never get signed. And then we started making comparisons to him and Booker T's ills of the past.
He's done everything he's supposed to do.
He can go to Canada. He can go to Saudi Arabia. He's obviously done things the right way.
So maybe that's what it is. He got to hit all the checkpoints before they really put the rocket all the way on him to make sure that if he's the guy, he can actually get to the show. Of course, I'm making excuses for people who don't deserve it. but I'm trying to hold out hope. But just the way it's been handled, like Solo has improved time, like by multiple times, even though he wasn't trash to begin with. That was the internet not understanding the plot point. They didn't understand Solo was supposed to act in the way he did because he was mimicking Roman. He didn't know how to lead. He was just doing what he had always been shown.
And then let's also talk about, you said the crowd that we got for SmackDown did not deserve what the promo that Punk gave us.
Nah.
They also didn't deserve anyone of color for the treatment that they gave the people of color. It actually broke my heart to hear how they treated the people of color in Saudi Arabia.
Like, that's wild.
And
Wild.
you can say what you want to about that situation, about how the fans reacted. And I thought for a quick second that I was possibly wrong until Jade Cargill beat Asuka.
Yeah, it's not the great. It's not the most shining moment for public relations.
Not in Saudi, and we've had much better crowds over there. That crowd was not it.
And it was not just an isolated incident to one person, so you can't really be like, oh well, it was because so and so is a heel or whatever other logic.
3 matches they got that they got less active for, or three matches on the six match card they got less active for than the other 3.
Look,
Not the Randy and Cody, of course. I mean, you set off with that. You get what you get. You don't throw fits.
If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you got your eyes closed.
And Randy and Cody did not disappoint. Cody's your king of the ring.
Didn't disappoint at all.
The finish made me okay with the fact that Randy lost. After what we said last week, or you know who ain't gonna win. The way Cody beat Randy made me okay with the fact that Randy lost that match because of how Randy it was Randy's fault. Randy lost. Stupid. Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez. I don't care for Raquel Rodriguez. She was mistreated by the crowd, even if she's in a heel position. Mistreated. Sami Zayn carrying Cross. What do you expect from Sami Zayn wearing the flag? Not Syria. What's the other one? Palestine. Thank you. Palestinian flag on his tights. What do you expect? Solo Jacob crowd. And not for nothing, that Hikuleo, you wasted him on a dark match, and then you waste him in Saudi. And I understand why you put him there in Saudi. You weren't, and they probably didn't even understand. They didn't probably not even understanding what we're talking about. But because of the reaction, waste.
Go back and listen to last week's You Know Who Ain't Gonna Win. And we posed that question because it was perfect sense. Like, the man's 7 feet tall. Why would you waste showing him to the crowd for the first time on a dark match?
Knowing he's already seasoned.
Already seasoned, already signed, and then what you had him do in Saudi was not an exhibit of anything he was doing on the dark match.
And he's been in Florida for almost a year doing this. Like, I'm sure he's been getting plenty of reps at the PC. Like, it's nothing. Like, but all you had to do is make sure he had chemistry with the people he was going to be in the ring with. Send him to the PC a couple hours a day. Make sure the chemistry's there. Make sure you know where your hot points are, where your cues are. Done.
Again, like, what more can we say about how bloodline business is being handled? The bloodline has always been where the money was. For the last 5 years, the worldwide leader rested on the shoulders of Roman Reigns and the bloodline. You can be upset about it. You can cry yourself to sleep. Truth is, you can't change the truth.
They walked out on Brock Roman. They did not walk out during the bloodline.
Most cinematic storyline in WWE history. Bar none, far and away.
And if you don't remember what I'm talking about, Brock Roman at 34. They walked out on him in Mania. They didn't do it at what was the one in Vegas? SummerSlam? They didn't do it at SummerSlam. Same match. Same competitors.
Nobody left early from the Royal Rumble in 23.
And then Cena Punk, that one did disappoint. It was a car crash.
It was what we expected.
Hey,
They shoehorned Seth into it for whatever reason.
Charles Robinson.
Boy.
Hey, Charles, Lil Nate. Brother, you got decleated.
Respect.
You have my
I hope that man
undying
has some
respect.
type of back brace on, like, cause boy.
You remember the cartoon?
You remember Larry Tate, offense linebacker?
He looked like Piston Honda getting knocked out.
Bruh. Yeah, Charles Robinson is true to the game for that.
Oh man. And then we also talked last week about the Street Fighter movie updates. Like we had a mixtape of potential wrestlers that could fill the roles for Street Fighter characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Funny how not even a week later we have an updated. Oh boy, there's more. Oh wait, that's okay. That's the old one. All right, I'm about to say I know better than that. This is according to Yahoo News, and there's other reputable sources.
Yahoo.
We have Andrew Koji
Ooh.
as I think it's Ken. Ryu is Noah Centineo.
Okay.
Chun-Li is was it Kalina Lane? Roman Reigns will be Akuma. Jason Momoa will be Blanca. David Dasmalchian is going to be M. Bison. 50 Cent's Balrog. I don't know who Orville Peck is. I don't know who Andrew Schultz is. And Cody Rhodes. Oh, sorry. Andrew Koji would be Ryu. I had those reversed. And then Noah Centineo would be Ken. Cody Rhodes will be now listed as Guile.
I mean, first of all, congratulations. We gonna see. We gonna see. If you remember the first Street Fighter movie, that should mean that you don't have unreasonable expectations. Like your bar is kind of set low enough to where you really can't be disappointed by this one. All we hope for is that they're going to be better special effects because we have them available, and see how true to the franchise this story is going to be. Like, what is the story itself? Is like Mortal Kombat where you're basically fighting a tournament, or the Street Fighter from '95 was like a hodgepodge of a world-saving mission. So different vibe with Raul Julia playing M. Bison.
But Raul Julia was M. Bison. Jean-Claude Van Damme was Guile. And
which is wild, all things considered.
And notable, other notable that was in here was Miguel Nunez as DJ.
Yeah, there were some very interesting castings in the first movie.
Yeah, and they went deep into at the time, because '94 we were probably Street Fighter 3 at the latest. No, it was the year before Street Fighter 3, so that was Street Fighter 2 Tournament Edition.
Because there's like, what, 4 versions of that? There's the regular, there's Turbo, there's Super
Street Fighter 2, and then Tournament Edition.
Okay, boom. I just named all 4.
There you go. Circle gets the square. Johnny, tell him what he's won.
Get that bell. That's what I wanted. Bill.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
I was reaching for it, bro. Damn.
Hey, don't be reaching, be teaching.
Hey, you did. Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to this, man. Because I like to play. We got to get it going, Suave. I'm waiting till September. Something specific I'm waiting to pick up before we can go ahead and get this thing kicked off. But whenever you're ready, we can go ahead and get this thing moving. Tell the pencil pushers what they need to do to tap in. Matter of fact, go ahead and add us now on your consoles, man. I'm on the PS5 at Danger One, DANJAHONE. That's on all things social at Danger One.
All things social, all things gaming at Suave for Mayor, SUAVE, the number 4 MAYOR. It's like that.
It should be just for a campaign, but Suave for Mayor has been around for a long time.
Yeah, essentially, it's a branding thing at this point. It's not like
Yeah.
it's not like I can opt out of this thing yet. I had been told long ago I've surpassed running for mayor. I need to be like a senator at this point.
Swab for governor out this month.
Suave for House Representative.
Yo, we gotta do a like if you do like was it lieutenant governor? We gotta get you like a mixtape for Swab Superfest. Look like Benson.
Yo, everybody relax. Everybody take an opportunity to
Benson
chill.
Dubois from butler to lieutenant governor. Imagine how that worked.
No, we can't do that.
Oh man. Finally, since we're all over the wrestling world, we have neglected over the last few years.
Oh, speaking of neglect, why did we not have Jay and Saudi to yeet with that crowd?
I honestly, as much of a concert Jay's been putting on after our explanation, I think it was probably the right call. I disagree with myself when I say that, but just like me being a cynic, I have to say, bruh, that man just Jay deserved more. He deserved to be out there, and the crowd deserved to give him their best. And if their best was what we saw on Saturday, different crowd.
If for nothing else, for the sake of stock footage, that should have been a thing.
I really hope that it come Royal Rumble in Saudi, that we get a completely different set of characters in them stands. Because
no, it's gonna be the same.
God bless.
You don't get to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is the wheel.
The wheel is the wheel. It's round. It rolls.
Wheel of Fortune.
Coming up Sunday, July 20th. Yeah, my lord.
Yeah, my lord.
I say yeah, my lord.
Yeah, my lord.
2025.
I got 5 on.
Got it good.
Yeah.
Ring
me up.
TNA Slammiversary has 3 matches already named, and 2 of these I'm actually most interested in. The one I'm not interested in, because I always feel like I know what the outcome is going to be, is the TNA X Division Championship, which features your champion Moose taking on Leon Slater. Also, in a 4-way for the TNA World Tag Team Champions Championship, the champions, the Brothers in the Myth, Nick and Ryan, taking on Jeff and Matt Hardy, taking on Trey Miguel and Zach Wentz, taking on AJ Francis and Casey Navarro, First Class.
First Class.
To me, they're one of the funniest tag teams out here, and AJ really got some go, but he also has charisma.
Okay, good to hear.
Yeah. And then also for the TNA World Championship, a 3-way match. Here's something that you didn't see coming on your bingo card, Suave. Your champion, Trick Williams, taking on former champion Joe Hendry, taking on Mike Santana.
Santana.
Mike Santana.
Yeah.
Trick Williams is calling it Trick and A now.
For those of you watching the video cast, you see my face. He's trying his best. He is trying his best, but
yeah.
No more gospel song remakes, no more rap, no more just. No.
That dude was on NXT and hit the shoulder turn on Joe Hendry in the middle of a match last week with Booker T commentating. That was not amusing to me, but it was the Booker T.
Bounce right to left.
Hey, speaking of Booker T, before we get up out of here, Booker T had smoke for the world.
Dr. Huffman.
Dr. Huffman was in his full uniform this week.
What'd he do?
He was talking about the same thing that you and I were talking about, but not to the degree of what we talked about or why we talked about it. We're talking about Goldberg at Saturday Night's main event in this match, and people giving blowback for Goldberg, like, why is he in this match? We never said why is he in this match. We just said this was the match we didn't ask for. Nobody asked for him to be here. That's all we said. So we don't take offense to the things that Dr. Huffman said. Dr. Huffman basically told the world, if it was you in that position and you had someone gave you the phone call and said, "Hey, you win this world championship match in Atlanta on TV for this bag, would you gonna do it?" The answer is gonna be hell yeah, because he said if they called him, he would have did it.
Of course. Like no one's blaming you for making the bag. We're blaming the people who made the call. Look, when money hits your line, answer it. That's the rule.
Absolutely.
And unless it's compromising your moral compass or jeopardizing your family situation, accept the charges, fam.
If it's enough to make you get out of bed, get your lazy ass up and go make that bag. Come on back to the house.
So you better get up off your shoulders. Go make that money.
Quit letting that pillow give you that 3 count. Go get that bag. Come home safe. That's all we ask.
That's it. Now, all we say is, look, us as fans, us as consumers, specifically the two you're listening to right now, we could have absolutely done without anything, any sort of involvement from that individual. Do they deserve a retirement match? Sure. Should it have been a long time ago?
Okay, here we go.
Should it have been a long time ago? Yes. Why we're here now? Who knows?
A damn sure ain't for ratings.
And, okay, is it not a bit douchey to have your retirement match while Cena's having his retirement tour?
Wait, you have your retirement match while the biggest star of this generation is having his retirement tour on a show that was built 100% around counter programming the not so competition.
I just, again,
make it make sense.
Some people don't really take these things into account, and why the World Heavyweight Championship has to be involved in this in any way, shape, or form,
and not on the pay-per-view,
is also what's very bothersome about this situation. It's not the fact that you took the money, it's that they called and offered it to you.
Wait, back up. You do realize that championship match was supposed to have been at Night of Champions involving Jey Uso.
Listen.
Show at BrokenPistolBC.com, BrokenPistolBC@gmail.com, at BrokenPistolBC on all things social, at BrokenPistolBC on what?
Everything. And everything.
If you fire up that grill this weekend, do it for no reason. Don't do it for a reason. Swab's taken to the house.
Use wood, pause, not lighter fluid. In the words of Hank Hill, taste the meat, not the heat. Pause. Pencil pushers.
Propane.
The sale of propane and propane accessories. Pencil pushers. Like, rate, share, subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell that friend to tell a friend. And then tell that friend again. Heads up.
This is your daily acknowledgement.
Facts. Pencils down. They really gave that man money in 2025 to come out here and waste our time.
On network television.
My
like it don't matter. What's over under on 5 minutes?
We should do an office pool on injuries.
I wish there was a web app for our office pools. We'll throw it up in on the chat. Next week.
Point. Let me look into it.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.